very serious about our work. One of our members is the person who makes sure that we communicate in the correct language. And he competes with me for something which I'm not going to mention because I still have to test who wins that battle. Mr. Dantile, there. He is from Pensalt. And even more serious in our work, even more serious, we are even serious about workers. The next member that I'm going to introduce, if you have never been near leadership in your life, this is your last chance. He's the Deputy General Secretary of COSATU, Ntate Twala. So, no Toitoin today, the chief of Toitoi is with us. Oh. And then the next one. You know, I'm not a very argumentative person, but one person who made sure that I keep to my lane and stop being argumentative is the person I'm going to introduce next. Dr. Kevin Naidu. Where is you? There. There was someone here saying he was from Kokta. I realized this man is talking in this meeting because he did not see you. He didn't know who is from Kokta. You know, I'll tell you a very short story. There was a commemoration of the Matola raid in Mozambique. And this person moved around telling people that he was the survivor of the Matola raid. And he was invited to the commemoration. Now, he invited even his family. But when the president, and I won't say which president, stood up to introduce the survivor of Matola raid, the minute the president says the survivor of Matola raid, this guy stood up. Can't they are going to introduce the real survivor of Matola raid and call him to the stage. So he was standing there, he had to sit down. Okay. So you must be careful what you tell people about yourself. And then, I don't know, the next person I'm going to introduce reminds me of when I grew up. We had a way of communicating in between towns. And there were no cell phones. There were no landlines. So sometimes you'd use a telegram. And then it will go like, Nata Kamukibel, meaning I'll be coming on Saturday. And I sent one telegram to one person I won't name for professional reasons. And I went there, it's many kilometers from my town, and it was raining. And when I arrived, there was only her father in the house. So with my last money, I bought 2 beers for the father to appease him, and myself a lemon twist. And I regretted that, Mr. Langeveld. After he finished the 2 beers, he says to me, Bushi, and it was raining outside. And I had to walk in the rain. Thanks to the courtesy of post office, Ms. Foreign. Where? No, it's not. Now, this is not because of my eyesight. It's because of this light. Yeah, don't blame it on my side. Now, I know there are two good old doctors who I did not see here. Dr. Mahosi and Dr. Musita. And I don't know who else is not here. She, not the chairperson of Gauteng. Yeah. Now, the last person I'm going to introduce, but not least, is from this province. Metadi. Emela ba bon ba ba sa utsebeng. Ba la fela mo dikuranteng. She's a member of the South African Geographical Names Council. I want it to be clear. It has got nothing to do with me. Okay? And for now, I think you guess my name. Someone said to me, one day you must introduce yourself as Didid. And I remember growing up on TV2, there was this character that is Didid. And of course, Didid has got to do with someone very, very short. And I'm not that short. But let's Didid sit down. Thank you.
I was whispering Stephen, and the narrative of Dididi came. I don't know now whether it's, there's one member, councillor, we shot these bright lights make it very difficult. Yes, we have Stephen from from Surveyor General, on my far right. Stephen Pella is the one who tells us, even if it's plain land for years, he can tell you that it was during this particular war or during this period that people were here, because he's got the expertise, the tools and the resources to see even the, he was explaining to me the other day, the foot and the traces and the dongas and many other forms of tracing whether really were there people in that place. So he's very critical, even on, I must in fact consult more for our family land claims. There's just to see whether my ancestors trekked on that route. It is a place now where nice oranges of the country are exported in the Eastern Cape. That is my maternal side now. My paternal side is from almost this range, from Grotin side, and my grandmother, they were 6 ladies, girls. They also had one brother, Malume Mutseki, and my grandmother stayed here in Mushweshwe in Rocklands. Mushweshwe, next to, I think it's 2 houses, I always say, because if there's a reverend in that street, everyone would know, next to the late Reverend Lysia as home. His father, in fact, I must visit there. No, I think Brother Putsoli is a commissioner of police, I understand. But that's my family here, so I know police, big police here. And also grew up, my first trip outside of what is called the country called South Africa in the Eastern Cape. I came here by train to Bloemfontein, it was 1981. So that was my first trip outside of the Eastern Cape to visit my grandmother. There are two announcements I would like to make as we wrap up the first session of the program. The first one is, as I liaise with my media and broadcasters and everyone in the communication business, Pella, that's my niche. I will never leave those ones behind because they are our mouthpiece. It's Free State Online Channel Plus. If you want to share with friends and people to see that you are working in this cold weather, but also to listen to the deliberations of today. But also I have two announcements coming from this council, because we have very hard-working members dedicated, in particular women. It's not even a bias for me, Councillor Dina, it's a proper intention and reality that we have very hard-working women in South Africa who want to keep things together and provide direction. We cannot close this session without acknowledging accomplishments of two of our councillors. Mayor Sipati Tichabe will be receiving an honorary doctorate in September this year. I know as a community builder, she's up and about this Free State and the entire country, never gets tired and holds you accountable. She asks very difficult questions that makes ministers' heads spin like this. And it really shows that experience counts a lot, dedication, and the form of accountability that people come with as a contribution to governance makes us eligible people to stand in front of you, to stand in front of the country and say we are very aware of our mandate and we have capable people. The second one is one of our councillors from the Western Cape, Mary Hannah Khan. Khan is her surname, Parker is a married surname, yes. She will be assuming an acting judge role in the Western Cape High Court. Meaning that there's no manga business here. Your legislative patterns, the inputs that are made, everything is looked at all forms of lenses. So when we say we return your submission back for a relook or we want 1, 2, 3, it's been well thought. And I think Minister is fortunate, he was very strategic in all these appointments because he looked at the legal, he looked at governance, he looked at accounting, at financial. All experiences come up during he looked at workers, representation, everyone here is represented, local leaders and so on. So all our representatives are well founded and also well-rounded people with really very high capacity. I want to say this one because I want to smuggle an advert. Deputy Chair, it's a public service announcement. That's what we call it in broadcasting. Also, for myself, on my behalf, and on my behalf of family and this good gathering, in April I was appointed as an SABC board member by President. Now, my public announcement is that I'm pledging with all of you to pay your TV licenses. Pleading, it's a true plead so that we continue providing news that are impartial and we service our communities. What we're going to ask now is for some music through our beautiful marimba group. I need the name of the group, please. People are not called groups. They must be given this space as well. And then after that, we continue with session 2. We'll proceed with the media briefing at the holding room. Yes, this is my boss, Tulile. I didn't introduce her. She's the one who runs our program. She's with Ndicheni over there. Thank you.